What's up, everybody? This is Jessica and Paul with Curly's by the Campfire, and we are here at the Hidden Paradise Campground in St. Paul, Indiana. We have actually already been here our 2 days, and we are actually leaving today. We've just been very busy and hadn't had time to do our intro video or anything. So this video is going to be our intro video plus our final review of the campground, and then videos and pictures will follow. So I'm going to let Paul tell us his opinion and what he thinks about this campground first.
All right, so upon entering, it is a hidden paradise. When you come in, it is one of those places like, did I enter the right place? We were in around the corner, met with a car, and like, whoa, this is not where I want to be. Came around the corner, like, this is where I need to be. We looked down the hill into the rock quarry, seeing the big inflatables, and like, yep, that's where I need to be. Let me be upfront and honest. This is one of these places. It is a on the river party place. They throw an amazing party. Every spot was filled for the 4th of July. There are lovely people. My son Jonah, he said, Dad, where do you want me to be at? I said, son, here's the deal. You can be from this side to that side, from here to there, wherever you want to be. Have fun. Go have fun. Great people, having a great time. The staff here is amazing. There was a truck this morning that was stuck trying to get a camper out. They helped them out and said, hey, have a great time.
So what would you rate this place?
A lot of things they could do, a lot of good stuff. I'm going to go with still 8 out of 10. Some things they need to work on, but they are really in the works. They're pulling in new power. I see a lot of gravel, a lot of new pavement going down in places. So they are really working hard to bring this place up to date. It's an older campground, but they are on the work. So I'm going to go at 8 out of 10.
Okay. So we are loading up. We're about to head to Springfield, Illinois to Double J Campground. So Paul is still trying to get the camper loaded so we can hook up and roll out. So I'm going to let him do that, and then I'll give you my review. Like he said, it is a nice campground. It's definitely one of those places they do have fun and party. In my opinion, the sites, they're very close to each other, but you do have that with some campgrounds. So that's part of camping. You have sites that are very close to each other. They have the big rock quarry where they have the inflatables. I was under the impression that was included at first when you are a guest camping here. It is not. You do have to pay extra, which is fine. We've had to do that at a few campgrounds we stay at, but usually, like Carolina Pines in Conway, South Carolina, their huge water park and everything's included. But this campground's a good bit cheaper than Carolina Pines. So, but they also don't have the amenities like Carolina Pines. They have porta potties located throughout the campground if you're not close to a bathhouse. So that's nice to be able to walk to a porta potty if you need to. We were not close to a bathhouse, so we didn't use the bathhouse. The people here have been friendly, but I'm going to rate this place, and I will tell why. Probably a 6 out of 10. There are 2 cons with this campground. When we pulled in, we couldn't find our campsite, and they really need to work on labeling the campsite numbers. The map is a little confusing at first. We pulled up, and I told Paul, I said that according to the map, this is where we're supposed to be set up. But on the thing, it said site 145. I was like, well, that makes no sense. So luckily a guy came on a golf cart and was like, yeah, this is your site, and was explaining the other site numbers that were beside us. So we were where we needed to be. Now, the angle of our site is kind of odd. So how we were pulled up, we had to pull, let me flip this around, I'll show you. So right there is us. You see there is a road right here. So we had to pull and follow this road all the way around, and it circles around the back, and we had to come back down this road where the nose of the truck was in this direction, and then he just backed up. So it wasn't horrible, it was just kind of iffy at first. Didn't really know where we were. I'm not sure what happened. It cut off, so I'm having to do a second part of this. One thing that they need to work on is their labeling to show what campsite is what. My other thing, and this is a big deal with me, they do have that rock quarry with the inflatables. We paid for the kids to go. They have wristbands for all the people who pay. Me, Paul, and my friend Kelly, her and her family were visiting, and they were swimming with the kids. So me, Paul, and Kelly were sitting on the dock. Her husband was swimming with all the kids. So we have Jonah, Graceland, and then their 3 kids. So the 3 of us were sitting on the dock watching, making sure everything was okay, keeping an eye on the kids, because Ben's only one person. He can't watch all of the kids, especially with the inflatables. So they'd have posted no lifeguard on duty, swim at your own risk, and that's fine. Life jackets required. So we're sitting there keeping an eye on everything because there's no lifeguard. They did have their life jackets on, but we saw some of the workers on one of the landings of the stairs. They were sitting there, and we thought, okay, well, they're just keeping an eye on everything. Well, then they come down and they ask if we have wristbands, and we said no. Well, you have to leave. They told us we needed to leave if we didn't have wristbands. We said, okay, well, we're watching our kids to make sure they stay safe. So we got kicked out. Paul, myself, and Kelly got kicked out. I know Ben was with them, but my children aren't Ben's responsibility, and that really bothers me. As a parent, I like to be close by, in close proximity. I mean, my kids, yes, they have life jackets on, but they panic if something happens. But anyway, we said, well, we're watching our kids, so can we not stay down here? He said, no, you can go up to the observation deck that's up top. Mind you, this is a rock quarry, okay? So it's far down this hill, and this going up to the observation deck is very far away. So if something were to happen to one of my kids, we couldn't get down to them. So me and Kelly went into the office. Kelly told whoever she talked to at the desk, just to give you my feedback. We're there supervising, keeping an eye on our kids, and we were told we had to leave. To us, that's not okay. And they said, well, a lot of people have claimed they're watching their kids and then they end up in the water. Okay, well, we were not dressed to be in the water. If we were in the water, we're going after our children because something's wrong. So that I just felt like that needs to be addressed, just for parents to have a heads up. Yes, we could have paid to just sit on the deck, but that's, in my opinion, is stupid. So Kelly mentioned one of the workers being there. If something happens, are they going to jump in and save our kids? And she said, well, we don't have lifeguards on duty. And she's like, okay, well, who was sitting up there watching everything? She said, well, they are equipment watchers, because our equipment is so expensive. That didn't make me feel safe. They're only up there watching the equipment. They're not really keeping an eye on these kids that are swimming. It really bothered me and Kelly extremely. I guess just being a mother, wanting to be close by. And then one of the other ladies said, well, if something happens, they have a life jacket on. Okay, and yeah, they have a life jacket on. The life jacket only helps you float. If they were to hit their head, because they had this diving platform where you can go up on this platform and do flips, do anything, if they hit their head and go unconscious, the only thing that life jacket will do is help them float. If they are on their belly, the life jacket helps them float, but their face is still in that water. And the other woman's like, well, if something happens, I hope nobody would just stand by. Hopefully somebody would help. Okay, well, everybody's doing their own thing, okay? And it's just, it makes me feel better for a parent to be down there to watch their own children. And that's one thing Hidden Paradise Campground needs to work on and fix. I've really been struggling on doing a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10. So it's either a 5 or a 6. And because of that rule, I hate to be this person, but I probably will not be back. This is a very popular campground. A lot of people like this campground. And for what it is a nice campground. It's on this river. They have that inflatable water park that you do have to pay for even if you're a guest. But just remember, parents, if you don't want to swim, you are not allowed to be close to your kids. They have to be there by themselves. And yes, I guess we could have paid to sit down there, but that's beside the point. If a child wants to swim and a parent has issues in not swimming and they're not able to swim, they shouldn't have to pay just to supervise and make sure their child or children is safe. And that to me is a big factor of why this rating is so low. So to me, this place is a one and done. A lot of you who might watch this might have already stayed here before and might love it, and I'm glad that this is a campground for you. That's amazing. The people have been friendly. They have been, and the people in the front, they weren't ugly to us when we mentioned our concerns about not being able to be with our children while they were swimming. But the way she kind of worded things, well, they're equipment watchers. They're watching the equipment because they're expensive, made me feel like, okay, well, that equipment is more, means more than my children. So that's just my opinion. But if you're in the area, I mean, it is a place to give a try. If you don't mind being very close to your neighbors, which luckily our site, we had a corner site and we had a huge grass area on our site, and that was nice. We weren't too close to our neighbors. So I didn't do a video drive through of this place because it was packed. The roads are narrow and campers are parallel parked on the river. When they said river sites, that's not what I was expecting. So these river sites are parallel parked, nose to butt to each other, no room, and the roads are very narrow. So I didn't do a drive-through of this campground. Unfortunately, there are not a whole lot of other pictures on their website because honestly, the pictures are a little deceiving. Because I was really stoked about this place. And I was still trying to give them benefit of the doubt until that happened at the rock quarry at the inflatables. So it's a 5 or a 6 out of 10 for me. So, and I really try not to give really negative reviews, but that really is the only negative part on my end. I mean, let the parents be with their children. I mean, if they're swimming, then yes, I understand, pay for a wristband, but we weren't. And I don't feel like we should have paid to just sit and supervise my children to make sure they were safe. So anyway, give this campground a shot yourself. See how you feel about it. But this is just only my honest opinion. And it's pretty over here. So it's not a horrible campground. It really isn't. If you like coming on holidays and being in a party aspect of it, they have a great time. And the fireworks are really fun. They have fireworks here for the 4th. So it has a lot of pluses and a lot of pros, but that one thing really took off the rating for me. So, all right, we are headed to Springfield, Illinois, staying, well, I guess it's really not Springfield, but it's like 15 minutes from Springfield. I can't remember the city it's in. But we are staying at Double J Campground, and we are going to be doing all things Abraham Lincoln for Jonah. So stay tuned, and we will see you soon.